Now, I still don't 100% get it, but I have a little bit of a better understanding of it, and that it is Jjjjound and people's infatuation with the sneakers and the collaborations. So today we're checking out the Jjjjound and Reebok Club C 85. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? It's Mike from the Sneaker History Podcast, and we're back with another video. Guys, thank you so much for joining. I really do appreciate you guys coming on back for another video. And it's December. We got one more month left in the year, guys, so let's finish up strong with the channel. I'm really trying to push as much content as I can out in the next, 30 days, 31 days. I'm sure there'll be a couple days off, but we'll account for that. But I want to give you guys as much as possible to just give you one great month of sneaker related content. But just like you saw in the intro, guys, we're talking about something that has been, I guess, a topic of conversation for a lot of creators. And it's always kind of this back and forth of they really love it, they don't understand it, don't like it, too simple. And that's going to be Jjjjound. And this particular model we're looking at is going to be the Jjjjound and Reebok Club C 85. Now, the Club C 85, of course, is going to be this heritage models from Reebok. And I have to tell you, I was one of those people on the, I guess, the latter side of the Jjjjound conversation because I didn't get it. I still honestly don't 100% get it, but because I'm a person who wants to understand more of things I talk about, especially if I don't like them, maybe I'm missing something, I want to have as much knowledge as possible, maybe it can turn me around. But I guess first things first, Jjjjound. I honestly didn't know exactly what Jjjjound was. I thought it was just a clothing brand. But digging a little deeper, Jjjjound was created by Justin Saunders back in 2006 as a mood board, a minimalist mood board. So hearing that, it made me have a better understanding of what Jjjjound is and what it's meant for, because back in, I guess you want to call it 2006, the early blog era, Jjjjound was a visual blog that gave you this minimalist looks. It was very minimalist. That's kind of that's the important word here, minimalist. And when I hear that, I'm like, oh, now I get it. Jjjjound was not meant to be this eye-catching when it comes to design. It's meant to be quality and minimalist. And I keep saying that word. I'm not trying to just drive it to the ground here, but that is the key word here as we talk about Jjjjound sneakers. There's been a plethora of Jjjjound collaborations from, of course, Reebok to other brands. And as I was digging through all the kind of Jjjjound's old projects, photography, I'll tell you there is kind of this, besides the minimalism, there's something else we don't see. And I think a lot of people, when we talk about Jjjjound, a lot of sneaker collectors, sneakerheads, whatever you want to call us, we're used to these, when the collaborations come out, these bold stories, bold colors, bold designs. But when I went through all of Jjjjound's, again, their catalog, their old photos, old blogs, it's all kind of menswear and simple menswear, like kind of this understated, very quality looks like, but not the same thing we think of. Not like something like a, let's say, Salehi Bembury, who has, of course, quality materials, but they're way more outspoken, way louder, way like, oh my gosh, I gotta see this. This is meant for the person, I don't think it's meant for sneakerheads. I don't think Jjjjound sneakers are meant for the, I guess, traditional sneakerhead, whatever you want to call that. But that is why I don't think we understand it, which, again, I still don't understand the appeal for how much a lot of Jjjjound collaborations cost, but I do understand it better, and I really do appreciate the family over Reebok for sending this pair over. I probably should have started with that, but they sent me this pair over as a kind of a few different options they have available on their website. I want to show off as some, for the holiday shopping, Christmas shopping, as you guys are looking to get things. And I know there's bound to be someone out there who has a Jjjjound lover on their Christmas list, so I found this to be a perfect time for me to show off the shoe, but also to get a better understanding because, again, I just didn't get it. But this is not going to be this kind of full review because you guys see it. It's a basic shoe. But I did want to, again, for the person looking to maybe purchase a sneaker, because they're still available. Most Jjjjound sneakers sell out like this. There are 3 different colorways of this shoe. There is a kind of this off-white color that is basically sold out in most of the sizes, but this gray one. And I think there's another color as well. I think it's more like a sand color. They have full-size runs still available on the Reebok site. So if your favorite Jjjjound lover in your life doesn't have any of these, I think it'd be a perfect one to add to their collection, and is not nearly as price crazy as the other Jjjjound collaborations that are out there. I think $150, still pretty high for a Club C, but as we look at the shoe material wise, again, I can kind of see where they're coming from, kind of. But as we look at the shoe, this is going to be your traditional Club C 85 here. This is going to be done up in a really nice, like medium gray color. And I have to say, Jjjjound material choices, fantastic. This is going to be all over suede. You're going to see this is a very, very nice shoe. I mean, of course, I'm going to get B-roll, not a ton of B-roll to capture because it's just a very standard, very basic shoe. But I like what they did here. This is going to be a very nice shoe I can throw on if I'm looking to still wear a sneaker, but not put on something, you know, too outlandish or, you know, too athletic, I should say. I really do like the color scheme here. Of course, it does remove majority of the Reebok branding on this shoe. So first thing you'll notice is where it typically has the Reebok branding. It's going to have the Jjjjound, which I don't understand the 4 J's. If it's supposed to be a minimalist brand, why add more J's to your name instead of just the one? That's just maybe a weird question I thought of just now. Did you guys ever think of that? Or maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. That just popped into my head. If it's a minimalist brand, why add 3 extra J's to Jjjjound as opposed to just one? But that's, I guess, a question for another day unless you guys have an answer. Who knows? Now, when we get to the eyelet area, of course, still covered in that suede, you're going to have your white laces that are be standard in the shoe. But they do come with, I took them apart here, we come with this kind of dark navy lace. I don't understand a navy lace. I mean, they're right here. I didn't put any in. I guess you could, I mean, they don't look bad, but there's nothing navy on the shoe. So I'm not sure what there. I would have maybe went with, I don't know, maybe tan or maybe even a black just to, you know, contrast with the branding, but that's kind of what that would look like, I guess. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll try it out, see what it looks like. But we're gonna sit on top of this kind of oxidized looking tongue. It is gonna be a mesh tongue, kind of have, feel like kind of this nylon type covering, as traditionally like your Club C does. Again, removes the Reebok branding here, so it looks like you have the space for where it would be, but it is blank. Inside, you're going to have a partial sock liner done up in a white leather. You're going to see in here. Rest of it is done in a foam in the inside, mesh in the inside, and then your insole, which is glued down really tightly. I'm not going to try to rip that out. Does have at least the top layer is going to be done up in leather, which you're going to have your Reebok branding there. Again, we're making this as minimal as possible, so you're not going to get a bunch of Reebok branding here. You get the Jjjjound one time, and you're going to get branding removed off the back tab as well, which is done up in that nice suede. But the only Reebok brand you're going to see besides that sock liner is going to be on the rubber cup sole here, where that all of the cup soles, I'm sure, are produced the same, so they didn't want to have to pay for new tooling. So you're going to have a Reebok branding right here on the back heel. And as we get to the outsole, going to be done up in the traditional Club C pattern, but in, of course, that medium gray. And that's the shoe, guys. Very simple, straight to the point. I did get a size 10 in this one. I did notice that the Club C85 does fit a bit more slender. I can think this is supposed to be their more to, I guess, air cut that's more closely built like the 85. Note the name, the 85. So this one's going to be a little bit more slender, a little bit more tapered than the just regular Club C. So definitely try a pair on first, especially if you're wide footed, because I think you may want to make sure you don't have to go half size up because, again, of that slender nature. You're going to get right here on the forefoot area. And I'd be remiss if I did not show you guys the box as well. And they took the box, made it as minimalist as possible here as well. You're going to have a white box. You're going to have this very faint Reebok branding done up in this off-white or tan color. And on the outside of the box, you're going to have Jjjjound on both the front and back. And it's going to be a drawer-style box. And just nothing else in it besides those laces that I already pulled out of there. But that's it. I mean, this is more of a trying to get an understanding video than a review. I like the shoe, actually. I think the shoe's great. I think I would have liked it without the Jjjjound on it. In fact, I take that. I know I would have liked it without the Jjjjound on it. If it was just a regular Club C that came out and it was just a more premium material model, I wouldn't need the Jjjjound to make me buy it. But again, every brand has their fans, and I understand better now why people are attracted to Jjjjound. I also understand now why I'm not, particularly going out of my way to get Jjjjound sneakers, because again, I love the minimalist design. I have minimal sneakers in here everywhere, but I don't feel like I need to go out of my way to get a collaboration that's minimalist, if that makes sense. I look for more in storytelling when it comes to collaborations, but again, no knock on it. I'm just trying to get a better understanding, and I do have a better understanding. But for all my Jjjjound fans out there, or if you want to just try the Jjjjound sneaker and not break the bank, again, these are $150. I'll link them down below. Great looking sneaker. Again, there are going to be 3 colorways. One of those colorways, I want to say again, is going to be that cream kind of off-white color, is mostly sold out. There's a few sizes left, but the kind of sand color we're looking at here and then a stone color are going to be available on the website, and full size runs looks like. And I think there actually may be a 15% code off possibly, so you may be able to get them a little cheaper as well, which is always awesome, especially around this time of year when you're trying to buy gifts for multiple people. And hey, saving a buck here and there is definitely helpful. So let me know what you guys think. Did this help at all get a better understanding if you didn't know like me? Or did I tell you something already new? You let me know down below. Until next time, guys, see ya.